one out.
Increases in produce prices apparently have led to an increase in the planting of personal gardens. The two largest retail seed companies each reported sales increases of around 19% in the last year alone, a year in which the price of produce spiked.
Okay, so we're saying that like since prices in produce have gone up, more people are planting gardens. The two largest retail seed companies each reported sales increases of around 19% in the last year alone. And this was a year in which the produce spiked.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're trying to, it's a flaw. They're trying to say that, you know, because two things happened at the same time, they're correlated.
Like, yes.
But that's not true.
Yeah, there's and one thing I don't like about this in particular is, and maybe I'm thinking too much into this, but a year in which the price of produce spiked, like, wouldn't it probably be the next year that people would plant gardens?
I didn't even catch that, but I was just catching the fact that like those two are not related.
Yeah, like because they said last year there was a 19% increase in the increase. I would think that this year would be the increase. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but you know what I mean? Like, because gardens it's not like, oh, prices went up, I'm gonna go, I can just go plant a garden. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
So if I was gonna weaken this, I want to find a different reason for why, and this is probably what you predicted, why they were up 19%.
See, I did the other thing.
You did what?
I made a loophole for why the increase in produce prices went up.
But does that matter? Because like, does it matter why the prices went up? Like, what if the price, like, because right now, are we saying why in here, do we say at all why the produce prices went up? Do we give a reason why?
No.
No. So what does offering a different reason for the produce prices go up do? Like, does it matter if they went up because there's a lack of farming, because more people are eating vegetables, COVID-19? Does it matter what's causing them to go up? We're just saying whatever causes them to go up is what's leading to the personal planting of gardens.
Is that always in weaken questions?
What?
So we're trying to weaken the reason. So in my mind,
you were so close on this, Jess. You just did the wrong one. I hope you feel like you're learning. I know this is frustrating. You notice the flaw. Look at that win. You notice the two things. You just went, and sometimes you can go after either one of them. But in this one, our issue is we're saying A causes B here. We're trying to determine like what else, like we want to say like something else could be causing B.
Yeah, I was thinking the increase in produce prices was B.
Okay, but you just misread that then, because we're saying this increase is what led to this thing. So A caused B. So what caused what? Produce prices caused planting of personal gardens.
Oh. And they're saying that the increase in planting personal gardens yeah, I'm still.
They're saying why the produce prices led to the personal gardens. Well, they're saying this happened, and their proof of why this happened is because seed companies went up 19%.
Oh, okay.
When what I'm saying is so I'm thinking about this as a weak, like, okay, so there's two things. Well, actually it would be the same thing though. Their proof is like that they went up 19% alone in the increase of planting personal gardens. I want to know, like, is there a different reason why these went up 19% other than the increase in produce prices. Like maybe
I was weakening the
Diana
wrong
Gaines
thing.
decided that she was going to do gardens, and now everybody wants to garden. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking of, I flipped it. So I was trying to find something that weakened a different reason why people were planting gardens instead of weakening the correlation itself, if that makes sense.
So our issue isn't the correlation. Our issue is the causation.
Oh, yeah. See, I was weakening.
We don't care that they're correlated. It's like, cool. Ice cream sales and murder rates are also correlated.
I was weakening the correlation, not the causation.
Yes. All right. So then let's look in these answer choices.
Oh my God.
Jess, you're getting like it's not going to be overnight, but at least we can see progress, right? Like, look at this. You're at least picking up on the right things now. Look how close you are. Seriously. I know.
I just hope I can fix it in like 7 days.
But you're fine. Breathe.
Increases. See, I picked A because I was weakening the wrong thing. Increases in produce prices are largely driven by increases in the fuel cost of bringing crops to market. So that's the one I picked because I was trying to find a different reason for the correlation, not the causation. So I know that that's not right. The average personal garden is much smaller than it was decades ago when inexpensive produce started to become available. That has nothing to do with it.
Right.
At all. Community gardens report that waiting lists for renting garden plots have gotten longer over the last, that again, nothing to do with it.
More people, like that's still saying in the last year, people want gardens. It could still be because of this thing.
Yeah, like it has nothing to do with it.
Right.
Personal gardens are usually popular in economic downturns. Again, like that has nothing to do with, okay, economic downturn, great. A large retail seed company went out of business early last year. So that is the answer.
Why?
Because if the seed company went out of business last year, then they wouldn't have been able to have an increase in seed sales.
Right, because they're out of business. But why is this such a good answer?
Because that wouldn't have led to an increase in gardening because there wouldn't have been seeds.
Okay, so our reasoning is that the two largest seed companies increased around 19%. Well, last year, what if it was like, maybe this one isn't the largest, but it's the third largest and it went out of business? Couldn't all of have gone to so this is like saying like Walmart, Myers, and Kroger. If Kroger went out of business, Walmart and Myers sales probably, those are all grocery stores in my area. Walmart and Myers sales probably both would go up just because the other one went out of business.
So we were trying to find a different reason for why the 19% went up. Like, we don't care about people planting gardens.
Well, that would have worked as well. Like, if there was a different reason of why people are planting gardens, that could have worked. But this is even better because it destroys our only support. And it really weakens like, hey, this 19% is not good proof of this.
See, that's the direction I was going in. I was trying to find a different reason as to why people were.
So this is a great example of, we make our predictions, they're good because you found the flaw. So that's, I mean, that's relevant. But when we read these, we have to get like, think about, could this work too? could this work too?
Mhm.
Think about it and be like, no.